What is Mercury trying to conceal? Despite the fact that the mysterious photographs captured by the MESSENGER probe reveal intriguing features, it is unclear whether or not Mercury is actually so near to the Sun. It is incredible. Due to the fact that Mercury is so close to the Sun, exploring it is believed to be a difficult technical task. Probes are required to be able to resist harsh conditions, but if we want to answer the mystery of the links in our solar system, we need to understand more about this celestial body. In what ways will the Bepi-Colombo mission, which is scheduled to arrive at Mercury in December 2025, bring about new discoveries? The planet Mercury has been regarded as a mystery in the solar system for a very long time. When viewed from Earth, it appears as a small dot and moves along in front of the Sun on a regular basis. Therefore, studies and observations of Mercury are incredibly challenging to do. In order to view it, you will either have to look into the light of the Sun, or it will be difficult to capture the object in the depths of space as a single entity. Both of these options are available to you. Since the beginning of time, Mercury has been a source of confusion. It was occasionally supposed to be a double planet throughout the Middle Ages, and then it was confused for another imaginary planet, called Vulcan. Both of these events occurred during the Middle Ages. Nothing was known about the surface of Mercury for a considerable amount of time. Mariner 10 did not take its initial photographs until 1974, when it photographed 45% of the surface of Mercury. Over the course of the Mariner mission, we have gained a greater understanding of the planet's magnetic field and temperatures. During the year 2004, the MESSENGER spacecraft successfully entered the orbit of Mercury, where it remained for more than 10 years. By the time the mission came to an end in 2015, scientists had collected hundreds of thousands of photographs of this fascinating celestial body, which enabled them to map practically the entire surface of Mercury. The findings were really jaw-dropping. This minuscule planet has a geological past that is full with exciting events. The researchers reached a point where they had a more accurate grasp of the interior composition of Mercury, as well as the many geological structures that it possesses. In the Ravine of Fire, temperatures can reach as high as 427 degrees Celsius, making it the hottest region on Mercury by a significant margin. A large impact crater with a diameter of 1,250 kilometers most likely generated this hotspot on the surface of the planet. In a manner that is distinct, heat is accumulated within the crater, and the minerals and rocks that are found at the depths reflect the intense solar radiation. A further intriguing formation on Mercury is known as the Pantheon fossae. This structure is characterized by radial trenches that radiate outward from a central point. This terrain was most likely produced by tectonic activity or the factors that are responsible for the cooling of the planet. The Enterprise Rupes Scarp, which is the largest scarp that has ever been discovered on Mercury, extends across the rough surface for more than 1,000 kilometers. The core of the globe has shrunk as a result of cooling processes, which is the cause of this phenomenon. The crater Rachmaninoff, which has a circumference of 290 kilometers, is characterized by a center ring of high peaks that are most likely the result of volcanic activity. In the meantime, the Rembrandt crater, which has a diameter of 716 kilometers, is abundant with minor geological structures that provide vital clues to the turbulent history of Mercury. The Regio Borealis, which is located close to the North Pole, is the coldest location on Mercury. However, despite Mercury's close proximity to the Sun, the region is characterized by severe and permanent shadow conditions in deep craters. This has led scientists to speculate that water ice may be present in the region. Researchers in the field of planetary study made a surprising discovery when they discovered signs of ice so near to the Sun. Have you heard that Mercury is smaller than the moons that are considered to be the largest in the solar system? The size of it is even somewhat less than that of Pluto. Mercury has a surface that is cratered and thick, just like the surface of our moon. Mercury, in contrast to Earth, does not possess any natural satellites and instead possesses a thin exosphere rather than a stable atmosphere. As a result, Mercury is unable to support weather systems similar to those seen on Earth. Mercury has a very elliptical orbit around the Sun, with its distance from the Sun ranging from approximately 46 million kilometers at perihelion, the point at which it is closest to the Sun, to around 70 million kilometers at aphelion, the point at which it is farthest from the Sun. There are only 88 days in a year as measured by Mercury. A phenomenon known as 3.2 resonance is responsible for the connection between Mercury's rotation period and its orbit. This phenomenon states that Mercury rotates 3 times on its axis for every 2 circuits it completes around the Sun. This indicates that a day on Mercury lasts for 176 days on Earth, beginning with the first sunrise and ending with the last, sunset. The axis of rotation of Mercury is practically perpendicular to the plane of its orbit, with an inclination of only around 0.34 degrees away from the plane. The result is that there are no substantial fluctuations in temperature across the seasons. At night, temperatures can drop to 173 degrees Celsius, while during the day they can reach as high as 427 degrees Celsius. The absence of a large atmosphere, due to the lack of heat retention, is the cause of these extremes. The surface of Mercury is characterized by significant volcanism and tectonic activity. Nonetheless, for the past 3.8 billion years, it has remained mostly unchanged. Currently, the majority of plate movements are caused by the shrinkage of the planet's core. If you were to stand on Mercury, you would be subjected to extremes, such as the Sun being eye-blindingly bright during the day and the night being completely dark. In comparison to its size on Earth, the Sun would appear to be 3 times larger in the sky. The surface of Mercury is persistently subjected to a barrage of solar radiation and cosmic rays because it does not have an atmosphere to shield it. These factors, in conjunction with the severe temperatures, render the planet hostile to any form of life that can be found on any terrestrial surface. Interesting questions regarding the past of Mercury have been raised as a result of the discovery of water ice in the northern regions of the planet. Would it be possible for there to have been rivers or lakes on Mercury in the distance? It has been shown through simulations that even Mars, with its extremely thin atmosphere, formerly possessed a water cycle. Mercury's environment, on the other hand, has always been significantly more severe. Mercury has a large magnetic field, despite the fact that it is only approximately 1% as strong as the Earth's. This magnetic field, which is produced by a dynamo mechanism in its partially molten iron core, offers some protection against the solar winds. In contrast, the magnetic field of the Earth protects humans from the potentially destructive effects of solar radiation, which is what makes life possible on our planet. For the purpose of answering fundamental questions regarding the origin and development of the solar system, a greater understanding of Mercury could be of great assistance. That is precisely what the Bepi-Colombo mission, which was launched on October 20, 2018, seeks to accomplish simultaneously. It is anticipated that it will enter the orbit of Mercury in December of 2025, which will throw new light on this mysterious planet and its part in the process of the history of the solar system. If you want to see more entertaining video highlights in the future, give the channel a subscribe.